Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning has been on entrepreneurship as we wrap up Startup Milwaukee Week, which provides entrepreneurs with access to mentorship, capital talent, and a community of like-minded entrepreneurs. The vision is to make Southeast Wisconsin among the best places to launch and grow a high-growth company. My next guests, Bruce and Danielle Riley, they're the owners of Wisconsin Curated Creations, which is located in Milwaukee's Mayfair Mall. It houses a number of Wisconsin-owned businesses, giving a whole new meaning to the ever-growing pop-up economy. How are you this morning?
Doing
Great.
good.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you both for being here. And if you would, first tell us a little bit more about yourselves and how you came up with the concept of Wisconsin Curated Creations.
Sure. So, not only am I a co-owner of Wisconsin Curated Creations, I am also the owner of Beaded Vision Jewelry. So I'm also one of the artisans in the store.
Okay.
And I found myself doing several pop-ups throughout the city, craft fairs, popping up into local stores, but it did not come without challenges. And so I was doing a pop-up at Mayfair Mall, which was awesome for them to offer that opportunity. And while I took a break, walked around, I saw that there was a large space upstairs. And it was like 4,700 square feet, and it
Wow.
said pop-up shop. And I stared at it and I said, this is beautiful. So I took some pictures, I went home, I talked to my husband about it. I said, look at the space, there's so much potential. But my jewelry is so small for such a massive space. What do you think about if we brought other entrepreneurs into Mayfair Mall into one store? So we presented the proposal to the mall, and they said they loved it and offered us an opportunity to do a pop-up for a 1-month lease.
And now here we are, and it is a permanent situation for those pop-up shops that you partnered with. And I just want to note, because I know there's a woman watching saying, is that her necklace that she's wearing? So did you make the necklace you're
I
wearing?
did.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so
Absolutely
much.
beautiful. Okay, so if you're looking for it, you know where to find it, Mayfair Mall. And so you guys have been able to provide this permanent space for these unique brands that are right here in the community. So that's amazing in itself, because a lot of these individuals were doing pop-up shops in different places like yourself, or they were selling their goods online, and now you've got this brick and mortar and people know exactly where to find you. So what are some of the other products that are there?
We have designer clothing, accessories, Beaded Vision jewelry, bath and body section, homemade furniture.
You've got everything. I have been there, and it's really amazing, because a lot of the stuff really does say Milwaukee on it. Yeah, and I wanted you here today because you are no longer in the mall, like inside the mall. You're in an individual entrance
Storefront,
area that is right there between Maggiano's and Five Guys Burgers, right? Where Z Gallery used to be.
Exactly, yes.
And so now you have individuals who are walking past there every day wondering, what is that? And so to have you here, I just want people to help spread the word of what it is and how they can help support local entrepreneurs, because it's so very important. So right now you've got, what, 18 vendors?
Yes.
How do you choose who's going to be able to take up the space?
Everything is diverse. We base it off their brand and the message behind the brand as well, and try to keep our store separate from the same type of merchandise. We want everything different, and every vendor in there, how can I say, very creative.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
our vision, our goal is to have creativity throughout the store.
Yes. So when we look at the market for brand activation in the U.S., it was worth nearly $600 million back in 2016. And according to the Association of National Advertising, it's going to be topping $740 million by 2020.
Give me some of that.
So basically,
Put it in
you
our
talk
pocket.
about really there is a market for what you're doing. So talk about the importance of providing this space for businesses.
Sure. When you have to do pop-ups, it's very challenging. One, to find a space that will allow you to do a pop-up event. to the cost that's associated with it, as well as the time investment.
Okay.
It's very challenging. If you did a pop-up in the mall, you have to be there from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. Some individuals are working full-time jobs while also trying to expand their brand so that it can become a full source of income for them, and that it's difficult. What we provide is the opportunity to have your product in a space where we will sell the items for you. You're not required to stay in the store, sell the products for yourself, so it frees you up to then also do pop-ups and expand your brand or focus on your online marketing and things like that. Also with the space, many of the vendors were very afraid and apprehensive because it was a leap of faith. And so we were talking through, business potential and branding and, having proper tags on your items.
Right.
Creating inventory lists. For many, you're doing a pop-up. If you're selling your items, you know what's sold.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to keep track of it. So now it's an opportunity to take your brand to another level and expand on the business end.
You guys, speaking of people who are working full-time jobs and then also, doing their pop-up and all of these things, you guys have full-time jobs.
Yes.
And then you're on top of that running Wisconsin Curated Creations. So how do you balance it all between family and business?
We just go with the flow. Barely sleep.
Which is one of the things that goes along with running a business, right? Yeah.
Our full-time jobs to the kids, to the Wisconsin Curated Creations, and back at home, and wake up and start all over again.
Wow, just like that, in that order.
Yeah, teamwork, make the dream work, all work.
And we're very lucky to also have the support from the artisans within the space. We can call on any one of them if we need someone to come in and cover hours at the store. Several of the artisans do that in the space, so that does allow for us to be able to have a full-time position, a full-time job in corporate America, as well as operate the store. So in that way, it has been a blessing. If we need someone to come in and help us clean windows, sweep floors, they're open to helping at any point.
And that's why we label them as our Wisconsin Curated Creation family, our WCC family, because we're all one unit as a family working together to achieve the goals that we all plan on doing.
Yeah, and you're sharing a vision, so that's awesome. When it comes to inspiring others to pursue their dreams, you guys say doing things together by faith and working together. Really, it's those things together that help make you successful. Talk about that.
Yes, I would say for us, faith is the most important, and we encourage everyone to step out on faith. As I mentioned, many people were apprehensive when we had conversations with them, and it was a lot when they came into the space. So for many, we reached out, we sent emails, we maybe made phone calls, and then when they came into the space, it was a bit overwhelming. They thought, this is beautiful, but my little brand in such a big, beautiful space, can I really do this? And we try to tell them, just take this faith journey with us. We thought the same thing when we walked in the door and saw the space, this is a lot. But we were like, okay, God, we'll do it. We'll say yes, and we'll tell others yes, and we will take this faith journey. And we're just asking everyone else to do the same thing.
Yes, I love that. So giving back to the community on several different levels is extremely important to you. So coming up on November 23rd, I believe, you are kicking off a Giving Back campaign. Talk about that.
Our Giving Back campaign, November 23rd, is we're pretty much reaching out and helping those in need. My wife and I actually just reached out to
the McCannon-Brown Sanctuary.
McCannon-Brown Sanctuary. She's bringing her people to our establishment. We're going to feed them, give them gifts, clothe them. Maggiano, actually, we just talked to Maggiano. The owner, Maggiano, is actually going to cater the food.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
nice.
So they're going to have a good meal. Hunger Task Force is also involved in the program as well. And our main ideal is just looking out and helping. It don't cost much to help. It don't cost much to give or to even just reach out and give a helping hand to someone. So that's all we're doing, is helping out.
I love that. And so with your partnership with Hunger Task Force, you're asking people to actually bring non-perishable food items to the store so that you can give those to Hunger Task Force to help those who, could need a little extra help during the holiday
Yes.
season.
Yes, we
All
have
right.
donation bins in the store, so come in at any time.
I love that.
hygiene
So
products.
will you be doing that throughout the holiday season?
Every end of the month, we plan on having a different event.
Okay.
And also, reaching out to those that we want to honor within our space.
Okay. So here we are quickly rolling up on a new year. It's amazing to me how fast everything's just like going by. It's like you're fast forwarding video. But what are some of your goals for Wisconsin Curated Creations for 2020?
Well, we certainly want to really establish the space as not just a retail store, but a community-focused, safe place. We would like to expand in our learning portion of the store. So we have a classroom that we will be opening soon, where you can learn to make jewelry, crochet, scrapbook. What's the saying? If you give a man a fish, you feed him for one day. You teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So that's really what we want to do. We want to bring people in to do classes, teach on nutrition. We have events where we want to have Black authors come in and do book signings. And so we always want to have something happening within the space to connect the community, so that we're aware that each person is making a conscious decision on their purchases, and we appreciate that, and we want to be able to give back in return.
I think it's all wonderful, and it's all coming together so nicely. Does it surprise you guys that something that you envisioned at one point is where it is at this point?
Yeah, and it's still
Still growing. Oh yeah, and pretty fast. I
It
mean,
is.
we met, I think it's safe to say, like a month ago, and we've already done several things together, because really it is about building relationships, especially when you're in a space where you're trying to make a difference, and it's all about who you know and their connections and how you can work together to change the community.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. So what advice do you have for those watching who may have a dream or goal of starting their own business?
Well, one, call us. Stop into Wisconsin Curated
Reach out.
Creations. Reach out. And don't be afraid to share that vision. Many times we aren't propelling forward because no one knows. And if someone knows and you don't know who you can be talking to, who you can be sitting next to, just share your story as much as you can. Let people know what your hopes, what your dreams are. You will be surprised of how many people will invest in your dream.
Absolutely.
That are out there and are supportive. So don't be afraid.
Well, we just definitely thank you for coming by and not only sharing all that you're doing within this space, but how you have plans and have been making a difference in our community. And needless to say, you're going to continue to grow and make a difference. And I'm just hoping that people take note, come in, and continue to support.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you
much.
both for
Appreciate
being
it.
here, and all the best to you. Bruce and Danielle Riley, they're the owners of Wisconsin Curated Creations, located at Mayfair Mall. Don't forget, their Giving Back campaign is happening on November 23rd. They're collecting non-perishable food items for the Hunger Task Force, and that is going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, I thank you for watching, and I do hope you join us again next week as we take another look at Our Issues Milwaukee. Have a great day.